In this video, I'm going to show you how to model the cannon for your final exam. Now, you can use this cannon reference that I have given you in your share folder, or you can find a cannon reference somewhere else, whether it's an image off the internet or something that you create. You can build your own cannon, but it needs to be a full-fledged cannon with some type of wheel format so that you can actually move it around. So I'm going to use the cannon that I have in there. And the first thing I need to do is I need to actually create a image plane, and I'm going to use the side orthographic viewport for this because I have a side image of my cannon. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to click on View, click on Image Plane, Import Image. And there's the cannon. As you can see, here's the tower that you'll be modeling later. Here's the cannon. I'm going to push Open. And it applies it to this particular orthographic viewport here. As you can see, it imports it right in the middle, so I'm just going to move this back so it's not conflicting with my model. It's entirely up to you how you want to position this, but I like to kind of keep mine in the back anyway. Now, you probably notice here that this is the front, and typically you want to start a model and have it point in that direction, in the z-axis, where the blue one's pointing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to rotate this. I'm going to rotate a little bit. Okay. So it's on the other side here. Rotate that. Okay. So there's my cannon. I should have drawn this the other way, but I didn't think about it when I did. I'm going to go to my layers here. I'm going to click on a new layer, add or create a new layer. I'm going to select my reference. I'm going to right click on layer 1, add selected object, and then lock that object. Click, make sure it's an R right here, and it locks it so you don't select it. However, what I want to do, and I probably should have done this earlier, I'm going to grab this, I'm going to rotate it where it's sticking up straight like this. And let's see in my viewport here. Let's move this over to like so. Let's get it as straight as possible so it's equal on both sides. And this is a way where you can manipulate some of your references so that you can use them in any sort of way that you want. And then lock that. There we go. I'm working straight up like this because it's easier to model up and down or from side to side, horizontal or vertical, than it is to do it diagonally. Sorry about that. Than it is to do it diagonally. It's easier to do it vertical or horizontal. Alright, so I'm going to start with fairly low poly with this, and I'm going to create a primitive cylinder. So I have a primitive cylinder here, as you can see, and I'm going to kind of scale this in that kind of direction. However, I can use a primitive cylinder here, so I might show it two different ways, using a cylinder and using a sphere, or I should say changing my cube into a sphere, and so that we don't have any triangles or n-gons. Let's go here, and I'm going to change the subdivision axis, so there's not very many subdivisions here, which is under the channel box, and then under inputs, polycylinder right here. I'm going to click on subdivision axis here, and I'm going to alter this so it's about 8. Let's do 10 instead of 8. So you can see it's a little bit more low poly here. It's a good way to start off. But I have these triangles that I need to get rid of, and I don't need to have complete triangles here. So let's see. So the front here. So I'm going to go to my edge, and I'm going to click on one of these edges, and then click on every other edge, like so, and then hold Control, hit Delete, and now I have quads. I have 4 sides for those. And I will do the same thing for this side, make sure that these are all the same. So this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Delete those. And there we have it. There are my quads. Let's go back here, and we can turn on X-ray, which is this icon, like so. Now, it doesn't have to be you want this to be in the middle, your polygons to be in the middle, your mesh, but we don't need it to be completely the same on both sides when we're looking at a reference. We're just, because it's going to be the same on both sides regardless, it's not going to matter too much there. So what we need to do is we're going to add a cut right in the middle, like so. Then I'm going to grab my vertices up here. I'm going to scale these downwards with the center axis here. The center part right here. This is what I'm scaling. I don't want to scale these because it's going to squash and it's just going to look bad. So I'm going to use this middle one here. In your orthographic view, though, it automatically does the middle. So I'm going to kind of get this fairly close. Not too bad. Kind of pop that up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Kind of bring these back down. Let me move this over a little bit more. Let me just move this over. Just so we can kind of, there we go. That doesn't look too bad. About right there. That looks good. Okay. So I'm going to grab this. And I'm going to start with the top part first. Now there's many different ways you can model this. This is going to be just one particular way. Grab these. I'm going to then use my extrude here, or you can go into your modeling toolkit and use the extrude here. So I'm going to click on the extrude, and then I'm going to extrude that, click W, bring this up about yay high, and then scale that inward, and then make another one, like so, scale that in, and then these right here, I'm going to scale these out a little bit, like so. Let's grab that. Okay, looks good. And then I can grab a sort of a lip here. If I double click on this edge, I can select the entire edge. And then just kind of pull that out a little bit more. That looks good. Here's my top of my cannon so far. Let's go to the bottom part. Let's go back here. Let's grab the faces. Hit spacebar to go to the orthographic views. Here's there. Okay. Let's do extrude. Hit W. Down a little bit ways. Pop that in like so. Hit extrude again. Down. Hit R for scale. Move that in like that. And I'm going to do one last one. Just a little bit there. Scale that in. So now we got this roundness in there. Looks pretty good. And we can add a few more little notches in here. We'll do one right here. And just grab these. Let's kind of scale those out a little bit. Just kind of give it more of a round look to it. And that's a pretty decent cannon. I'm going to take these top parts here, like that. I'm going to hit the scale, the extrude, and then R. I'm going to move these in like so, move them up, hit extrude again, hit W. Actually, no, I'm going to use the R, scale that in a little bit, like that. Extrude again, and I'm going to pop this down, pop that in there. Okay, scale that down. There we go. There's a good size cannon. Let's see X-ray mode. Okay, let's go about right here. Let's extrude. Go about right there. Extrude. We want to come all the way down, and we don't want to go all the way. We don't want the middle piece to go all the way to the sides because there has to be pressure in here for the cannon to shoot through. That's how most cannons and guns fire, is that there's pressure inside here. So even though there's a lot of material in this part of the cannon right there. So it kind of looks like that. It's fairly decent. It's not bad. It's not bad looking. And then we can actually grab this and turn it. Like so. Pretty decent cannon, I would say. It's not bad looking right there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so now what we can do is we can actually create wheels for this. And I'm just going to make some simple wheels. Let's just kind of move this out of the way, so we can kind of see our wheels here. I'm going to use a polygon pipe for this. Okay, let's go in here. Let's rotate it. Let's go into our channel box here. Let's turn this to 90, so we can rotate it like a 90-degree angle, like that. Okay, let's make it a little bit bigger. All right. Let's kind of move this back a little bit. Let's bring this back down. Kind of get a good idea where it is. Let's scale this inwards like that. Okay. Make it just a little bit bigger. There we go. Alright, so you can see that this right here is so big, so wide. What we can do is we can go to the inputs and now polypipe. We haven't changed much to it. Go to thickness. And we change the thickness of it. So there we go. Let's see about, let's do that's okay. That looks okay. That doesn't look too bad. Okay. There we go. Like so. Looks pretty good. Alright, let's grab a cylinder. Move the cylinder in. Rotate. 90-degree on the z-axis. Let's scale that down to about, yes, okay. And then we can go in the side view here. Just kind of scale these in. And just grab these vertices on this side. Just kind of pull these inwards. There we go. That's pretty good. There we go. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these faces here. I'm just going to select all those. Let's go on this other side. And I just hold down tab to kind of select those all. Just kind of like a painter effect almost. Let's bring these in. Let's go down like that. Okay. Let's bring this up. Let's bring this up a little bit more. Alright, there we go. Okay. And it's okay how many subdivisions you have here, that's fine. And then what we can do here is we can actually create other parts to it as well. So I'm just going to go in here and just kind of scale this down a little bit. This little block. Let's do about there. It's not too bad. Scale like that, and then scale them in like this. And then what I can do is I can duplicate it, rotate it. Let's do about 90. There we go. I can select both of these, duplicate those, and rotate those like so. There we go. 45 is probably good. Oops. There we go. So now we have sort of a wheel system here, like that. It's fairly simple, easy. And then we can grab that entire wheel, hit Control D to duplicate, move that over like so, Okay, and then I'm just going to put just a cylinder in there, a really thin, long cylinder, so that like that, and that looks fairly decent of a cannon. Okay, and then that's it. That's all you do for your cannon. Now you can change this and make it different. You can make it completely original. You can do whatever you want. Just make a very simple cannon like this, and then we will start creating the towers as well.